and on campus college football pick preview. I'm your host, the big man on campus. Hope you're having a great weekend. It's week one in college football. We're getting a look at another great week of games here. We went through week 0. Now it's time for week 1. Today we're going to take a look at a game on Saturday, August 31st. It's East Carolina heading on the road to take on the NC State Wolfpack. Wolfpack currently a 17-point favorite. You look at the total in this game, around 55 or 56. I'm going to come out and say it. I've already backed East Carolina. I took them about 2 weeks ago at 18. I still think 17 has some value, and I'm going to tell you why. 2 words, Mike Houston. Mike Houston was hired by East Carolina in the offseason to replace a disastrous Scotty Montgomery, and I love this hire. I've talked before about how important college football hires are. When you make the right hire, it just injects so much life and experience into your program. It makes your program relevant again. It gets kids to want to come there, and in turn, it gets people to come out and see the games. Now, East Carolina's got a nice football history. They actually have a good fan base. They're a group down in the South that loves their football and loves their Pirates. They bleed purple. And look, at the end of the day, they want a winner on the football field. It was only a couple years ago that Zay Jones and Justin Hardy and Shane Carden had this team viable in the AAC. And I'm not saying they're going to get back to those heights, but I look at this season as a real nice bounce back year for Mike Houston. Last year, the Pirates had no zeal to them. They were lazy. They looked lethargic. They didn't really look interested. They looked defeated at times, and they were. They were a bad football team. But coming into this year, you have a new lease on life. You have a new coach who's going to bring in a new culture and coordinators to a group that really needed it. They already have a quarterback, Holton Ahlers, and you look at it in this game, I have a feeling Holton Ahlers is going to have a pretty good game. You look at NC State. They've lost 13 players to the NFL draft over the last 2 seasons, including last year, losing their quarterback, Ryan Finley. They've also lost players like Jalen Samuels recently over the last few years, guys that have been big players on this football team and have contributed a lot. This is a tough spot for them. First week, you have a team in state who's getting excited and ready to play you, and against a team that, look, frankly, I think should be a lot better. It's important that East Carolina establishes the run. You have to take some pressure off of Holton Ahlers, get that ball on the ground, and be effective doing it. This was a team last year really struggled to run the football. I think this year that's going to be really important to them winning football games and being competitive in football games. Another underrated point to mention with NC State, Eli Drinkowitz is gone, the offensive coordinator. He moves on to Appalachian State to be their football coach. So, obviously I don't know if they get rid of the scheme fully, but Dave Doran is mentioned. They'll have a spread attack. Look, this defense for East Carolina needs to improve, but I saw in certain games last year, they stepped up to the plate. Remember last year, this team has no issue beating football teams that are up higher than they are. They actually went into North Carolina last year in the second game of the season off a loss to North Carolina A&T. They went into Tar Heel country and beat the Tar Heels. Now, look, I know the Tar Heels aren't a good football team, and they haven't been for the last year or two, but this is a rebuilding NC State team that lost a lot of players, a lot of moxie last year. I think they have some trouble here. I think they win the game, but I'm not willing to think that they win by almost 3 touchdowns. To me, this looks like a 34-24 type of game, 34-23, maybe 38-24, something like that. I think East Carolina put some points on the board. This is not a great NC State defense. I think East Carolina's a little undervalued in this game. I think it's 17. It's still a good number. Once you start to get down below that 17, I don't like it as much. Again, I bet it at 18 like 2 weeks ago. I still like it at 17. Everyone have a great night. Thanks for watching. As always, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. I do appreciate all the great feedback that I got on Week 0's videos. We'll continue to put these out. Going to have a couple coming up here, over the Thursday, Friday, Saturday grouping. So make sure you check all them out and make sure you subscribe. Everyone have a nice night and keep a lookout for more videos.